There are 3 questions that I get a lot. Do you actually do any work, Kelly? That's not the funny one. What's Donald Trump really like? And I guess the subsidiary of that is, what's up with the hair? No, for his hair, not my hair. Let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing now to dispel the myth that, the Apprentice winners don't actually do any work. I picked New York because I wanted to be near a billionaire, watching him doing his thing. Guy's a brand genius and has absolutely figured out, he's a walking brand. Anything he puts his name on, he can charge a lot of money for. And it doesn't show much sign of slowing down. Right now there's cologne. There's cologne. I do not wear it. There are suits. And I do wear them. This is a Donald Trump suit, sold at Macy's exclusively. $500, and that's not a plug. They are great suits. Water, which I'm working on. Does everybody remember Trump Ice? Remember season 1? Yeah, I'm kind of the point person for Trump Ice. So I'm learning, and this is a great thing about having a brand behind you now. I've called Pepsi, Coke, and Poland Springs, and all 3 of them called me back. And then one of them I didn't get back to. It's time to call me again to make sure they got my message. It's definitely different when you have a brand behind you. And that's used to bootstrap entrepreneur, where you get above them and wear them down until they give you information. Well, I have definitely seen the light in terms of having a lot of resources behind you and having a brand associated with it. It doesn't mean you can't be entrepreneurial, but it's something to think about. So Trump Ice is one project that I'm working on. Another project is 40 Wall Street. It's 1 million square feet of commercial space. Mr. Trump bought the building for $1 million and about, I don't know exactly how much, but I think about $5 million in tax credits he got 12 years ago. And he turned down an offer for it this year for $340 million. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can from him. I am daily, I see him probably 2 times a week talking. He's like, "Hey, my main man," gives me the hit. He doesn't like to shake hands either, so if you meet him, don't be offended if he doesn't want to shake your hand. I've been working really closely with George. George is a real estate expert. He's a 100 millionaire several times over. Works because he loves it, and it's been phenomenal with me in terms of kind of embracing me with open arms and saying, "Kelly, there are no dumb questions." Then he said one time he said I asked a dumb question. He's great, and he's fun to work with. And the final project that I've been working on is Trump Tower Tampa. This is a residential unit, 192 units, 52 stories in downtown Tampa. So downtown Tampa is not that nice. Part of this refurbishment is this development partner came to Trump and said, "Here are the demographics. Here's what we think we're going to be able to do with this. We'd like to partner with you for quality, all your ideas and marketing and everything else." And after significant due diligence, said, "Okay, let's do it." 192 units, 700,000 is the starting, 6.2 million is the high end. And we flew down in Trump's plane 3 weeks ago to announce at the sales launch, just finished putting the sales office together, that it was 100% sold out, with reservations behind every single one. And I'm watching as this occurs anywhere he does business with real estate. If you just want to raise the value by 80% of the building, you put Trump's name on it. I am learning a lot about branding. And then there's all the other stuff that I do. I go do a lot of speaking engagements. I'm trying to use as much of this kind of quasi-celebrity status for some short period of time to do a bunch of good things. One thing that's happened is I have increased awareness of what the military can do. And the Department of Defense has asked me to be a spokesperson for making influencers of children understand that the military is an option. Right now, 11% of adults would mention that to a child when you're talking about education, occupation, whatever it is that they're going to do. And they want me to try to help spread the message that there are some great things that you can get from the military. Phenomenal principles, foundation, and a lot of things that you're not going to find anywhere else. The other program that I'm trying to help a lot with is the National Guard Youth Challenge Program. 53,000 kids have been through the program. It's 5 months in a boot camp-like environment, and 12 months of a mentorship. And the kids that go through this are high school dropouts. These are the ones that are on the really bad path. I mean, their friends are all dead or in jail. 90% of the kids, of the 53,000 that have gone through this, are either in the military, back in school, or have a job after the program. So I got to actually speak to Congress, the Senate and the House, about the value of this program. I still have, a lot of different ideas about what's going to happen. This year with Donald Trump, I look at as a 12-month term, like any other business deal. And you kind of know about halfway through if you like your partner. And as it gets closer to the end, something might change or might not. So, and he could feel the same way about me. So my guess is that at month 9, month 10, he and I will, engage in a dialogue where we start to negotiate, whether or not, if we even want to negotiate, on what will happen going forward with me and that organization. I can't say now what it'll be, but that's a year out. 5 years out, 10 years out. I can't believe how much time I spent banging my head against the wall on technology and internet companies. I mean, a long time and a lot of effort, a lot of energy. And I have met, kind of my boss excluded, the most wealthy people anywhere, and it's all on real estate. And they're not necessarily the smartest. But long-term wealth, I feel strongly that you need to have some real estate in your portfolio or focus on it significantly. So I'm going to be doing something with real estate. Can't tell you everything. When I think about Anderson, just kind of stream of consciousness, I think of team building, great network for me. You can see how it's been able to impact the companies that I've been involved with, but I'm taking advantage of it. I also see a lot of Anderson grads who don't. And that irritates me because I watch Stanford Business School, Wharton Business School, and Harvard Business School. They're professional networkers. I don't know if they teach it as a class. I don't know. I've never seen stronger networks of, emails and news, newsletters and everything else, keeping people, everybody's involved. So I think we have some work to do on making that happen. We can do it easily. There's enough grads and enough people coming through that we can absolutely do it. And I kind of preach that to everybody that I meet or see that's an Anderson grad, that you need to get involved. You need to help other Anderson grads. That's only going to help you a lot. The entrepreneur piece for me has been the biggest. I was wholly embraced, not only because of UCLA, but also because of the investment environment and everything that happened, being involved with the business planning competitions. I also think that the finance piece was pretty strong with what I got from Cockrum and even in the Doing Deals class with Al Osborne. Really enjoyed. You only have certain pieces of time in your life where you can work on skill sets that are going to be valuable to you forever. Like that 20 months I spent at Deloitte, I felt like I was kind of in an organization, I'm a cog in a wheel. But I also learned how to build financial models. I also learned how to conduct interviews properly, whether it's client, whatever it is. Put the information together and have that be something useful later. So Anderson offered me an opportunity to do a whole bunch of those things. And for me, the differentiator is 1, the entrepreneurial spirit and how that's embraced, and 2, the sun. I'm really not, I'm not a regret guy. I don't look back and go, oh man, I wish I'd done that, or oh, that's so different. I make a decision with as much of the information I have at my disposal, and then I don't look back. I just go hit it as hard as I can at what I'm doing. The one piece for me with ImageCell was I took friends and family money, and that caused me to make personally smart business decisions. And the tension that comes along with friend and family money, it's good if you don't have to work that hard for it, right? To get it. The problem is once you've got the money, at least how I feel, and from integrity or whatever that character thing, it's like I'm not going to give a goose egg to my grandma and my best friend, right? I'm going to work really hard. So, yeah, I would say that you have to look inside yourself and say, are you really an entrepreneur? because there are certain things that are associated with that. You don't think about it in terms of risk at the time you're going to do it. You're like, oh, I have to get this company started. Here's my credit card. What are my resources? I've got a pile of stuff, and I want to get this company made. Here's some stuff, throw it into the thing, and you grow, and hopefully get more stuff. I mean, you're into growing. You want to make it big. You want to do something with it. So if you don't have an appetite for that, go take the big, high-paying job, because you can build that security over time other ways. Anderson, keep doing great things. I mean, that's what you have to do. That's how people see it, and be strong about it. I mean, when was the last time you spoke to a grad in your industry that you're interested in working in, or that you're interested in starting a company? Go on the database, find 10 of them, and meet 2 each week for the rest of school. Because there are that many out there. You'll find, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not going to do this company. Or you'll find, wow, I got 4 contacts for a client base when I do get it started. Whatever it is, reach out. And it goes the other direction too. You've already graduated, that database is there to use. Use it.
Well, I'd like to invite actually our student leadership to present Kelly with a token of gratitude for your coming today. And as they're doing that, how about all of us give him